Last time, we looked at the right to life. In this episode, I want to look at another right, the right to bodily integrity. In other words, the right not to be experimented on. Hi, I'm Carly, and welcome back to the Animal Rights Tour. You may remember when we looked at early animal welfare laws. In the UK, they started regulating animal experimentation. They called it vivisection back in the 1870s. The regulations have certainly improved things. Fewer animals are being used in experimentation, and more important reasons are needed for testing. And killing an animal to get a vaccine for COVID seems to be a better reason than doing it to get a burger. Now, some experiments on animals are to improve our knowledge of animal science, testing on animals for the benefit of other animals. There are still problems with that, including the fact that animals being tested on did not consent, but there is a valid argument to be made. But most animal experimentation is about advancing human health, with no benefit for the animals themselves. It's using the animal, and animal rights is about respect for the individual animal, respect for their intrinsic value. Now, if animals have the right to bodily integrity, we can't test new drugs and new treatments on animals before we test them on humans. And that's a big issue. Maybe a lot of people would say things are going too far. We are risking human lives by, say, not testing new vaccines on animals. The COVID vaccine was made really quickly, and testing on animals was necessary for that. And they'd be right, if it's an either-or choice, but it's not. Don't forget that alternatives to animal experiments are being developed all the time. We are moving away from testing on animals. And new laws don't have to come in all at once. They can cover only some activities, and they can be introduced gradually. That's probably what would happen here. The rights might apply after, say, 10 years to give labs the time to adjust, from testing on live animals to testing on cells and organs. The rights might apply first to dogs and primates, and then later on to mice and rats and fish, or they might apply sooner to more significant or painful testing. So it is an important right, especially for the more than 9 million animals experimented on just in the EU every year, and need not be bad for us. In the next episode, I want to look at another right, the right to companionship. You remember Happy, the elephant alone in the Bronx Zoo? This right would have helped her a lot. See you next time on the Animal Rights Tour.